Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Fine? Okay, that's good. Well, today we are going to talk about a very important topic. We are going to talk about professions, occupations. What do you do? What is your occupation? What is your profession? Those are very common questions that we have when somebody asks us, what do we do? Okay? Generally, we ask for what do we do? And we have, of course, many occupations that we know. For example, what does your father do? Or what does your mother do? Right? You can see there. What does your father do? What does your mother do? He's an accountant. He's an architect. We use the second option. Usamos la segunda opción cuando las profesiones comienzan con vocal. Usamos an. Y cuando es con consonante utilizamos a. What does your father do? He's a dentist. Ya no es an, sino a, la primera opción. What does your father do? He's a doctor. What does your father do? He's a mechanic. What does your mother do? She's a nurse. She's a nurse. What does your father do? He's a pilot. What does your father do? He's a surgeon. What does your mother do? She is a police officer. And so on. This is a common question. What does your father do? Never forget. What does your mother do? A very common question when somebody asks us, what do we do? Okay, so as the next activity, we are going to continue with our book. We are going to start Unit 7. Oh my God. Yes, we are going to start Unit 7. Unit 7, first activity is about professions, occupations. So we are going to listen and number the professions. Look at the book. Listen and number the professions, okay? So you're going to listen and you have to complete numbers. 6 professions that can change the world. What do you want to be? A scientist, a teacher, an artist, maybe an artist. It's very good to be an artist now. Social worker or a scientist. A scientist. Scientists can create vaccines, medicines, right? Vaccines, medicines. For example, scientists work to create the coronavirus vaccine nowadays, right? So it's very important. Nurses help doctors in hospitals and of course in surgeries. Teacher, yes, one of the most important professions and occupations is teacher. Could be teacher in the university or could be teacher in the school. Okay, let's listen the activities. Activity number 1, then we are going to complete number 2. Okay, so ready to listen? I'm going to play the audio and you're going to complete the text. Okay, listen please.
Unit 7, Track 28.
think it's going to be a problem. No problem. Now, please listen again.
Hello, everybody. Here are 6 professions that change the world every day.
1,
Teachers help people learn. Teachers work at schools.
2,
Social workers help people with problems. They help individuals and families.
3,
Scientists study the world. Some look for new medicines.
4,
Nurses care for patients and administer medication. Many nurses work at hospitals.
5,
Artists create and perform in different fields, like painting, music, or dance.
6,
Journalists investigate and present stories in magazines, newspapers, on TV, and on the internet.
Unit 7, Track 28.
Hello, everybody. Here are 6 professions that change the world every day.
1,
Teachers help people learn. Teachers work at schools.
2,
Social workers help people with problems. They help individuals and families.
3,
Scientists study the world. Some look for new medicines.
4,
Nurses care for patients and administer medication. Many nurses work at hospitals.
5,
Artists create and perform in different fields, like painting, music, or dance.
6,
Journalists investigate and present stories in magazines, newspapers, on TV, and on the internet.
Okay, I hope you answered the questions. So, number 2. We have guess what section. Guess what? According to UNESCO, the world will need an extra 5 million teachers to teach all kinds in lower secondary education. Interesting aspect here. UNESCO, just in case, UNESCO is an acronym in English, which means United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. So UNESCO is related with educational and scientific organization, just in case you don't know. So teachers are the more important here, according to UNESCO. Okay, we're going to listen in number 2. Again, number the descriptions using the professions, then listen again and check your answers. Number the descriptions. Who creates or performs in public? Who helped create new medicines? Who present information as a story? 4. Help people learn. 5. Paint, make music, take photos, etc. Work for magazines, TV. Help families. Study the world. Administer medication. Listen again and complete. Please check your answers.
Unit 7, Track 28.
Hello, everybody. Here are 6 professions that change the world every day.
1,
Teachers help people learn. Teachers work at schools.
2,
Social workers help people with problems. They help individuals and families.
3,
Scientists study the world. Some look for new medicines.
4,
Nurses care for patients and administer medication. Many nurses work at hospitals.
5,
Artists create and perform in different fields, like painting, music, or dance.
6,
Journalists investigate and present stories in magazines, newspapers, on TV, and on the internet.
Unit 7, Track.
Okay, I hope you answer the questions. The spaces. Next page, please. Next page, we have page 99. Write the professions. You have to do this. Write the professions. You can see the pictures. Picture 1, picture 2, picture 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we have 6 exercises. And works in a studio. Works in a studio. You have to write. Picture number 1. It's an artist, right? Mira, dice an artist works in a studio. Number 2. something works at a hospital. Works at a hospital. Who? A doctor. Could be. Yes, a doctor. Number 3. A works in a laboratory. Complete that. 4. A works in an office and also on the streets. 5. A normally works at school. 6. A can work at a community center. You have to complete this exercise. Finally, we have number 4, track 29. Listen and write the professions. Look at these 3 women: Florence Nightingale, Marie Curie, and Anne Sullivan. You have to listen in your house. Track 29. You have the CD, track 29, and you complete. What do the people in activity 4 have in common? Answer. Think fast. Number 5. What do the people in activity 4 have in common? And you complete number 5. Okay, so I think that's all for this session. Today we worked page 98, 99. We talked about occupation professions. At the same time, we learn how to ask about a profession. When we want to know about the profession, we ask the basic questions. What do you do? If you ask me what do you do, I will answer, I am a teacher. If I ask you, what do you do? You have to ask me, I am a student. Okay. In the third person, what does your father do? He is a teacher. He is a journalist. He is a social worker, etc. Right? Or in feminine, what does your mother do? She is an artist. She is a nurse. She is a social worker. She is a flight attendant, etc. Okay, so with this we conclude our activity about vocabulary of professions. Please don't forget to thumbs up my class, and don't forget to ask me things related to the topic in the chat area. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Take care. Goodbye.